Hey everyone, welcome to the Alba Method and day 5 of our 30-day movement challenge. So for today's class, it is all about the legs, glutes, and hips. We're going to be incorporating some Pilates and dance-inspired movement in today's class. So remember to always listen to your body. If something hurts or doesn't feel right, feel free to modify or discard it altogether. We've got 20 minutes together. You're just going to need your body and your mat. When you're ready, let's get started. Okay, today we're going to start on our back. So go ahead and lay down. And I want you to bring your feet underneath your knees and the arms down by the sides. With the palms down, go ahead and walk your shoulder blades underneath you and walk your heels in so much so that you can almost graze, or you should be able to graze the heels with the fingertips. And just go ahead and take a breath in. And as you exhale, start to relax your low back and your hips onto the mat. Take a couple breaths here and just get connected to the body, to the breath. Feel your feet. And just kind of welcome yourself to your practice. Good. From here, start to just feel the feet, lift the heels, and start to press through the balls of the feet here. And just give your feet a little foot stretch. And start to tick-tock the knees side to side gently. Not coming all the way down, but just moving with the heels lifted to notice that difference. Getting into the toes. And loosening up the low back. Good. Come back to your center. Allow the feet and the heels to land. Standing on the feet equally, start to press down through the hands, pressing through the shoulders. Start to lift your hips about 2 inches off the ground. From here, see about bringing your hip bones in line with the knees. Keeping the gaze up, press through the back of the head to keep the upper body stable. Squeezing the glutes as you press down through the heels, and then slowly lower the hips to the ground. Good. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the hips, moving nice and slow, controlled movement. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, slowly release. Good. This time, lift the hips and pause. Start to shift all your weight into your right foot, standing strong on that right foot. Start to pull your left knee and left thigh in towards the chest. Extend the heel up if you can, or just keep the knee bent. Power down through that right heel, press through the left heel, and then bend the knee, plant the foot, and release. Hips to the ground. Inhale, lift the hips, switching sides, shifting the weight into that left foot, standing strong on that left leg. Pull the right knee in. Keeping the foot flexed, extend the heel, and as you stand on that left foot, press through the right heel. Belly pulls in, press through the back of the head, shoulders get active, and then bend the knee, release the foot, and release the hips. Beautiful. Let's do that together. Inhale, lift the hips. Shift the weight into that right foot. Extend the left heel up. And release. Keeping the hips up and not releasing the hips to the ground. Squeeze the glutes. Lift up 1 more inch and switch sides, maintaining that shape. Pull the right knee in. Extend the heel up. And bend the knee. Release the foot. Stay in that bridge shape. Lift the hips. And slowly release. Nice. Rolling onto your left side, or so that you can see me. We'll do both sides. And finding a nice L shape from the shoulder, elbow to wrist to support. The knees are going to stay together. We're on this left side of the hip. Staying strong through the upper body. I'm either going to use my right hand as a kickstand, or I'm going to bring my right hand to my right hip. Start by pressing down through that left knee. Lifting the hips, you're going to open that right knee to the edge of the mat. Keeping the feet together and this left glute strong. Start to close the knee. Release the hips. Good. Again, lift the hips, open the knee, press the knee out. Come back to center. We release the hips almost all the way. Touch the mat and then lift right back up. Open that knee. Close the knee. Hips hover 1 inch above the mat. Lift the hips, open that knee. Good. 3 more. Close the knee. Nice controlled movement. Release the hips and then lift the hips. Open that knee. 2 more. And just breathe as you breathe here, keeping that left arm strong. Good. Last one. Lift up, open that knee, and just pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close the knee, control the movement, and we switch sides. Scooting the hips to the opposite side of the mat, rolling onto that right side. Again, staying strong through the upper body, nice and active for a strong foundation. Feet stay together, pressing through that bottom knee to lift the hips. Open the knee, close the knee, and hover. Hips up, open that knee, close the knee, and hover. Again, hips up, open that knee. Keep the head in line with your shoulders. Stay strong through that upper body. Again, hover those hips. Last one, lift it up, pressing through that bottom knee. Now open that top knee and pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Close that knee, release the hips, and come back to your center. From here, go ahead and roll over the ankles and come to a tabletop position, planting the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingertips wide and just notice this shape. Check in with the body, check in with the breath. Start to pull the belly in and up. From here, start to pull that right knee in towards the chest, and you're going to start to take just some hip circles, isolating through that right hip. So lifting the knee, opening the knee, pressing the heel to the sky, and then pulling that knee back into the chest. Again, controlling that movement and bringing your awareness right to that right hip. Keeping the upper body strong. 2 more. Keeping the foot flexed. Now pull the knee into the chest. Now you're going to push the heel right to the sky, keeping the knee in line with the hip so that the thigh is parallel with the mat. Start to push that heel up to the sky and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pull the knee in and now lifting it out to the side. Lifting it up through the outer knee, keeping the foot flexed. Good. Opening and closing that leg just like we did when we were on our back. Good. 2 more. And last one. Now extend that right heel back and extend the left arm forward, finding a quick spinal balance here. Good. From here, start to pull the knee into the chest and then kick it straight back behind you. Now pointing the toes, lifting the leg a couple inches as you lift the chest. Again, knee pulls in, point the toes, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Knee pulls in. Those toes go right above the hips. Squeeze the glute on the top. Good. 2 more. And last one. You're going to point the toes back, extend. Now pulse up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take a round of cat and cow just to reset the spine. Reset the breath, check in with the body, and then pull that left knee and we'll switch sides. So left knee pulls into the heart, and then start to take those hip circles on this left side. Controlled, slow movement. Keep the foot flexed, keep the belly strong. Feeling that isolation right through the hip, just bringing some fresh blood flow and fresh energy to that area. Good. 2 more. Good. And then pulling the knee into the chest, start to extend that heel straight up to the sky. Now just pulse that heel. Squeezing that left glute, getting the hamstring involved. We don't drop the knee too much, but just find little tiny movements. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulling that knee into the chest, lifting it out to the side, opening and closing through that outer knee. Again, keeping the foot flexed, keeping the weight equal in both of your hands. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Closing that knee, pulling it into the chest. Now point the toes straight back. Lift the heart as you push through the heels of the hands. Stretch the belly. Knee pulls in. Extend it out, point the toes, lift the leg. Good. 3 more. Extend up as you lift the gaze. 2 more. Feeling the low back get involved. Good. Last one. And pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Walking the feet back. Come into your first downward facing dog. Start just by pedaling out the heels. Let that feel good. Stretch out those legs. Again, keeping the weight equal in the hands. Just take a couple breaths here. Lifting the heels and then lowering the heels. Just breathe. Stretch the spine. Allow the head and the neck to relax. And then looking between the hands, step forward towards the top of your space. Here, keeping the knees bent. Find a gentle forward fold, letting the head be nice and heavy. You can shake the head no, nod it yes. Again, just getting rid of some leftover tension. And then from here, find a halfway lift. So bringing the hands to the shins. Let that bring you up to a standing position. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Good. Exhale, just bring the hands to heart. Feel both feet on the ground. Shifting the weight into that right knee or right foot. Pull that left knee into your chest. Good. From here, we're going to bring hands to heart, find your balance. You're going to step back to a lunge, but we're going to bend the knee. We're going to hover that left knee right above the ground and then pull the knee back into the chest. Keep strong on that right leg, dropping the hips, bringing that left knee right above the ground, and then left knee pulls into the chest. Good. Again, standing on the ball of that left foot, controlling the movement down, hover that knee, and then knee pulls in. Last two. Keeping the hands at heart for balance. Good. Pull the knee in. Now come back to that lunge position. Hover that knee, and now we just pulse up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull that knee in. Take the ankle to the knee and find that figure 4. Good. Let that stretch come into that leg, pulling the hips back. Good, and then cross that left leg over the right. Find a forward fold with the legs crossed. Let that release and absorb. Just breathe. And then slowly come back up, uncross the legs, and we'll switch sides, shifting the weight into that left foot. Pull the right knee in. Pause, get your balance, get your bearings. Keep the foot flexed, and then bring hands to heart. So both knees stay nice and bent. Bend that left knee, right knee hovers. Stand strong on that left foot, knee to chest, using the whole body to control the movement. Not moving too fast and not moving too slow, nice and controlled. Good. 4 more. Don't forget to breathe. 3 and 2. Now on this last one, hover that knee and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull that knee in. Start to bend that top knee, coming into figure 4. And just breathe here. Flexing that right foot. And then cross that right leg over the left, squeezing the thighs together. Just drop into that forward fold. Pause. Good. Slowly come back up. Uncross the legs. Inhale, reach those arms up. And as you exhale, go ahead and sit into a chair pose. So hips move back, weight is in the heels. Knees don't have to be together, but we want to find energy through those inner thighs, through those knees. Protecting the knees by shifting the weight into the heels, not letting them go past the ankle. Pause. Use your low back to lift the heart. Good. Just breathe here. Pausing in that space. Feeling the legs get strong. And then stand all the way up and sit down again. Good. Start to shift the weight into the balls of the feet as you start to lift the heels, finding your balance. Pause here and maybe sit a little deeper. Pressing through the balls of the feet, feeling that shake, feeling those legs wobble, and then go ahead and drop those heels and find that forward fold. Nice work. Take a halfway lift here, just create some length, and step back to your downward facing dog, stretching the legs, pedaling out those heels, and resetting. Take a breath in and just let it go. Good. From here, start to reach your right leg. Right heel comes in line with the right hip, and then just bend the knee, step through to a lunge. Good. You're going to spin those right toes towards you and come over to your left side into a nice wide-legged forward fold. And just breathe here. Good. Find a halfway lift and let that bring you up to a stand, bringing the hands to heart. And now I'm going to shift my hips back, start to bend this right knee, bringing that elbow towards the knee. The hips move back as the knee follows the toes. Keeping that left heel down and pressing through the outer edge, lift the heart slightly. Staying low, start to move side to side. So never fully extending that leg, but just gliding across using the hips, the glutes, and our leg muscles. Good. One more time, each side. Stay nice and low. And then come back to center. Take a little forward fold here. Stretch it out. Good, finding a halfway lift, start to spin the heels in, toes out, bringing the hands to the knees, coming into this horse or goddess shape. The hands can come to the hips here, and you may need to walk your heels in just a little. This would be a nice wide second position for you dancers. Go ahead and drop those hips down. Start to lift your right heel and just lean into that right foot ever so slightly. And then release, controlling the movement up and down. Left heel, finding the ball of that foot. Shift the weight ever so slightly. Come back to center again, to the right. Lean and release. Control, lift that left heel. Press, come back to center. Hold, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, take that seat. 2 more, inhale, straighten the legs, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, bend the knees. 1 more time. And find that horse goddess position. Here, just pause. Start to pulse up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Those legs should be on fire. Coming up to star, inhale, and exhale. Just shift to the front of your mat, coming into a lunge, and step back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in, lift the heels, and exhale. Release those heels, just stretch. Switching sides, left heel comes in line with that left hip. Bend the knee, step forward, and then reset. So just spin those toes so the feet are parallel, coming over that right side, finding that forward fold. Take a halfway lift here, and let that bring you up. Good. So from the back, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, hands will come to heart, and then my weight goes into that right heel as I start to lunge. Good, and then staying low, second set, just moving side to side, gliding as if you were moving through water, keeping the upper body lifted, keeping the breath fluid. Good. Here's 4. Stay with it. 3. Last 2. And finish strong. Last 1 each side. And then take that into a nice forward fold. Let it go. Good. Taking that halfway lift, coming back to that horse or goddess. Hands will come to the knees first. So we want the knees to energetically be pressing out, dropping those hips straight down. Pause here. Bring the arms up overhead. Good. And then just open the arms out shoulder height. Good. We'll add the legs. Inhale, straighten the legs. Palms press. Exhale, arms out to the side as if you're pressing something down. Good. Again. And find that lunge or that squat. And again, palms press, squeeze the glutes. Bend those knees, drop into that squat. 3 more. And press, get lower each time. Last 2. Using those legs. Last 1. Hold, last pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Inhale. Move your body to the front of the space. Step back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Let everything absorb. Breathe. Check in. So good. From here, go ahead and drop down to the knees. Shifting your hips to one side, coming back onto your butt. Good. So just flex the feet. Maybe walk out those knees. Notice how you feel. And then find a little halfway lift here, allowing the shoulders to drop down the back. And then find a nice, gentle forward fold. Just stretching out those legs. Bringing the heart rate down, bringing the breath back down. Good. From here, pull that left heel into the right inner thigh. And just kind of shift over that right leg and walk yourself down till you feel a nice stretch. Good, and then placing the right hand on the right shin, just start to reach up and over with those left fingertips. Finding a side body stretch through that left side. And then come back over, find a stretch through that right leg. So good. Coming back to center, and just switch it out. Bringing that right foot to the left inner thigh, keeping that left leg active, and then shifting the upper body towards that leg. And stay here for as long as you need, just finding your breath. Again, nothing forced. And then taking that left hand to the left shin and reaching up and over. Staying heavy through that right hip. Come back to center. Find that stretch once again. And then gently releasing that. And coming back onto your back, pulling the knees into the chest. And just noticing that difference in the body and in the legs and in the hips. Go ahead and rock side to side gently. Taking that right ankle on top of the left knee, just pull the legs towards you. Letting the feet, low back, hips relax. And switching it out. Again, staying on either side for as long as you need. Just allowing the body to come back to a nice balanced state. Go ahead and release both feet. Release your arms down by your sides. And just coming back full circle to where we began. Just take an inhale. And just let everything go. Relax the low back. Relax the hips. Relaxing the spine. And you can stay here for as long as you need. Otherwise, join me in pulling the knees in and bringing yourself back up to a seat. Finding a cross-leg position or on your knees. As always, just sealing in our practice by bringing the hands to our heart center and bowing the chin to the chest. Always honoring ourselves first and foremost for showing up, for carving out the time, for taking the time to practice. Give yourself that honor and that grace. And remember to keep this energy with you the rest of your day. Bringing the thumbs right between the brow, lifting the gaze and finding gratitude for whatever it is we're grateful for today. And with that beautiful breath, bow to the practice and to all things. Namaste. Great job. We'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Ciao.